The Mind Buzz, now partnered with My Grito Industries.
Hopefully it works now.
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more.
This isn't the Mexican Kill Tony. What are you talking about?
It is the Mexican Kill Tony.
Shut up, Red Band. I mean, Jay.
This is 100% Kill Gil.
Hey, fool, I didn't know you brought your fucking Chicano studies teacher today, dog.
You did. And hopefully you learned something.
Probably not with the I don't know.
I haven't watched the curtains like that since I was born. Never my mom. That was
Trời ơi bạn đi một tuần có phóng gặp mày mà bung bày dân thù lù. Please feel free to sing along if you know the words.
You guys want to see Darby Cash next month again? Yeah? Yes or no?
I'll be honest, I would kiss you just for the bit.
Dude, you're not down.
You're not down. You're not down.
Oh my God!
Boom!
Oh,
Delic
yeah,
Live.
fucking comedy open
This
night.
Friday. Tickets on sale now. Eventbrite. Go check them out. The Mind Buzz. Frank is on the podcast. Boop. What is up, Mind Buzz universe? Welcome back to another podcast episode of the Mind Buzz, part of the My Grito podcast network. My name is Gil. I am hosting, and today we have Amber working the ones and twos. How are you? Please don't fall asleep.
I'm good. I'm having a little food coma.
Can we Google why bacon wrapped hot dogs try to put my girlfriend in a coma today?
I don't want to Google that.
Why?
Because it's going to come to the realization that I should stop eating them. So I'd rather not. I refuse.
Anything. It's wild. Just hot dogs would do that to you.
That means something else is wrong with me.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Hot dogs shouldn't put anyone to sleep.
They shouldn't. How are you besides that? Everything good?
I'm good. Everything's good. Yeah.
Your speed dating event last week was a success. It was a hit, right? It seemed like we had a lot of people that were very interested, happy with that day. So
we made 7 matches.
7 matches.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to pursue them, but from my event, 7 matches.
7 potential ex-wives and ex-husbands at that event. Cool. Yeah. That was really cool. So what's the next thing that you have coming up for that?
Like event-wise or that one?
Event-wise, and because you're going to do multiple speed dating.
Yeah,
right?
So we have on July 6th, we have another speed dating, and that one is for women seeking women. On July 7th, we have a Hello Kitty pop-up there at Chatteria. And then on the 12th, we have another speed dating, men seeking men. And then at the August 2nd, we have 45 plus speed dating event.
45 plus?
Yeah. We had a lot of people say, hey, we want 45 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
There was like a lot of inquiries for...
A lot.
Really?
Yeah, so you know those divorcee mamas and papas want to find someone.
Bring out your Theas, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Thea wifed up again. Or husband up.
Or just laid, yeah.
Or laid? I don't know. We'll see. And that's coming up, what?
August 2nd.
August 2nd for that. And then, did you mention your Hello Kitty pop-up?
Yes.
You did?
On July 7th.
That's going to be wild.
Sunday. That was fun last time.
Yeah, it was great.
That was crazy.
Awesome. Come out and do that. Other than that, we have Delic Live, which is this Friday. Tickets are on sale now at Eventbrite. Really cheap. Go check them out. You've seen the intro video. That's basically how it is. We have Darby Cash coming out. We have the Roast Champions at the Ontario Improv coming out and guest hosting with me. Also, who else? We got James Jablonski hitting the stage. And I think Johnny is going to be there too, Johnny Gold. So it's going to be really fun. Come check that out. And then always every Wednesday we have our open mic at Horchateria. Sign-ups 8:30, 9 p.m. start time. Cool. Anything else that you could think of?
I'm good.
Awesome. So let's get into today's guest. I'm very excited to talk to this gentleman. He hosts Chatterbox Comedy Night, and he's also the winner of the $1,000 Ridge wallet from Kill Tony. So I'm excited to talk to him. Please welcome Frank.
Woo.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out and doing the podcast, brother. I forgot to ask you how your last name, how it's pronounced.
Oh, it's pronounced Ulloa.
Ulloa.
Yeah, so the two L's make the low
Oh,
Y sound.
okay.
Very few people ever pronounce it right, so.
Do they say Ulloa?
I've heard everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, so anytime someone asks my name, am I too far?
Yeah.
All right, let me get a little closer here. Cool. Yeah, anytime someone asks my name, I just tell them what it is, and I spell it out every single time.
Ulloa.
Yeah.
Gotcha, dude. Thanks for coming out and doing the podcast. We met, I want to say like 2 months ago, right? You came and did Santo Comedy at Horchateria.
Yeah, that was actually a really great show hosted by my homeboy Jorge Lopez. And I didn't even know of that place. So for those that aren't familiar, which, I mean, I'm sure your viewers, you guys talk about it all the time, but it's a coffee shop type, like / brewery type place. Yeah? Dessert place?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of things. As of recently, it's a lot of things under one place in one building.
It's awesome to see you guys fill that place because it's a big chunk of real estate.
Yeah.
Big place. And a lot of like depending on the area, places like that don't really last because it's kind of like something that's popular right now, like Hispanic desserts and you know, all that stuff. I seen like a good like an artisanal churro place open and just close right back down in Almani, and that's Almani, you know. But at Horchateria, the place is huge, and there's people there all the time, which is crazy because you guys have the comedy shows in the back part of it, which is like a little ballroom.
Yeah, our gallery.
Is that the gallery?
Yeah, we call it the gallery.
Yeah. So, which is really nice because it's separated from the people that are there that don't want to listen to comedy.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot, but it's nice and closed off enough, and that room was also filled to the brim. How you guys got people in there? I never know how comedy shows are successful. I just show up and perform sometimes, but it's a great thing to see. Yeah. And again, it's just good to see a brown-owned business succeeding like that.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
we've been around for 8 years now.
Wow.
So
okay.
We've been thriving for a while, and we're continuously evolving and trying to add new elements for our building and for our community as well. So comedy shows there is just the tip of the iceberg of what we offer the community, and they seem to like it.
Oh yeah, speed dating too, huh?
Yeah.
I love how you're going through announcements, by the way, and you laughed a little bit when you said like men seeking men.
Yeah,
because
like
we love, you know, everyone love who you love, but it's always a little funny like for men loving men because we're so disgusting. You know, like women liking women, they're hot, we get it, you know, but men smell. I mean, sharing a locker room with men my whole life, I know that they don't shower frequently, you know?
Yeah, men are gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty gross. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
imagine two. I can't even think about two men together.
Yeah.
You guys they must be real smelly.
I don't know if it's just the people I hang out with, but my homeboys' breaths always smell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it is your homeboy.
Guys are disgusting.
Yeah, they are. They truly are. When I was in college, my first couple of years, I had 2 roommates, and they were gay. They were in a relationship, and the stereotype is that gay men are very clean, right, or very neat and very fashionable. These were 2 gay punk rockers, and they were not neat. They were not clean. They were not. No, like it was weird because they always took showers like all the time. Like they were constantly in the shower together, and I just didn't understand why, like how that can happen. The water bill was cool because they shared the shower most of the time, but I just didn't understand how they can be so like filthy but yet clean at the same time taking showers.
I don't know if you know how shower sex works, but
yeah.
in order for it to work, the water could never touch you.
Okay. You know what? To think about it, that's probably what they were doing in there. I never really thought about that because we shared it was like a loft type of thing. Like it was like a room like this, but it was like a flat, like a
that's too much
like
trust you're putting in
like
your
a
home,
studio. Yeah.
To think that 2 lovers are going in the shower strictly for productivity.
Maybe I think maybe I was just
You were just dumb.
I was dumb, naive. They're like, "Oh yeah, Gil, we're gonna go take a shower." Yeah, right.
You're like, wash up.
Yeah.
But at least they're consistent because being clean, not punk rock, my friend.
No, exactly. I got them new loofahs and everything. No wonder.
Shut up.
Those loofahs didn't use those, but college, dude, we're experiencing everything, man. I lived with them for a couple of years. They were 2 good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
used to get into some wild fights, dude. One of them had a septum piercing, and they were both drunk. We used to party all the time, smoke weed, drink all the time, and the one like skinnier, smaller one used to get really drunk. And then there's the other guy, his partner. He was tall. He was really big punk rocker guy. And they used to pull each other's septum rings when they would fight, dude.
Sorry,
yeah, they used to fight each other, and they used to get so mad at each other and pull each other's thing. And he used to like bleed. Like it used to get rough, dude.
Oh shit.
It was crazy.
That is crazy, but like I would expect nothing less, you know. Like I think the scariest kind of gay guy would be a punk rock.
Punk rock.
You know?
Piercings everywhere, dude. This guy was tall, big mohawk. It was wild stuff, man.
Yeah, if you guys get into mosh pits for pleasure, like imagine how much more they do for pleasure.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a good time though. College, like I said, it was fun.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Valley in San Bernardino.
Okay.
San Bernardino Valley College.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out there, and then I did a couple years at Mount Sac. I was going back and forth between Pomona and San Bernardino Valley College.
You did the Latino tour, man.
Yeah.
You can't die without scratching Rio Hondo off your list, bro.
Yeah, I gotta hit it. I think I was thinking about doing some like Chicano studies or something at Rio Hondo, like early on. So I don't know. I'm not dead yet, so who knows? I could be talking about my professor next year.
No, don't be hack either. You know that's what they want us to take, man. Take an aquatics or something.
Aquatics. I heard they have a pretty good program for Chicano studies at Rio Hondo.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these like community college, and I didn't spend much time in any of them, but I hopped around obviously too. They do have a lot of attention and little clubs for us, man.
Clubs?
Yeah, like you know, during lunch there's always someone outside protesting something, and it's one of us most of the time at community colleges.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Rio Hondo. I was thinking about it because I was trying to get a Chicano studies professor to come on to the podcast to talk about the Chavez Ravine. So I was kind of like going towards that. And I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. I think it was about about a year ago, I was looking into the whole Dodgers thing and LA and the LA Dodger Stadium and Chavez Ravine, and I kind of wanted to know a little bit more without reading and taking, some studies. So I was like, I'll just bring the professor onto the podcast and maybe we can talk about it.
The reason we all watch podcasts to begin with,
Right?
just to skim through skip the reading.
Exactly.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Chicano studies teachers hate me, man, because I got resting Dodger fan face.
You're a Dodger fan?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But I look very much like it.
Yeah.
I grew up in LA, so
The
I'm
stereo.
sure everyone thinks that I'm in favor of the stadium.
What fan are you?
Like what
Baseball.
team?
Yeah, baseball.
No, actually, I'm not a big baseball fan. Surprisingly,
Basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to lose my masculinity card, but I'm not a big football fan either.
No, neither am I, dude. I honestly, I'm not a big sports person. I mean, maybe about a year and a half ago, like when I was really into the Dodgers, about 2 years ago, like 2022, I want to say, I was pretty heavy into the Dodgers, and then I kind of like just stopped watching. It's expensive, dude. It's expensive to be a fan of anything, man. Because you have to have the MLB, right? You have to have cable to watch it, or go to a Buffalo Wild Wings, or go to a sports bar to drink and eat and watch the game. And plus, if you want to go to the Dodgers Stadium, it's another $100 for a hot dog. Dude, it's crazy, dude. Especially when I feed my girlfriend hot dogs and she falls asleep. I can't be having her fall asleep at the stadium. I can't carry you out down there, and especially on the parking lot.
I hate Dodger Stadium, so you're fine.
Yeah, see? So it's
It's
expensive.
You need to get your price of admission worth, man.
Yeah.
And I feel you. Like I'm a sleepy hot dog eater too, but it just doesn't add up. When you think about science and while we're talking about sports, is like people do hot dog eating challenges all the time.
Yeah.
And they don't eat a little bit of hot dogs,
No, they eat a lot.
You know what?
I think we need to figure out what their secret is.
Their body is like
trained to do that.
On pure, like, I'm going to take this down and I'm going to, what is it called? Like, you're digesting it. And my body is not, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the price of hot dogs these days, huh?
We got to train them.
Shoot, you're right.
How much are they right now at the Dodger Stadium? Do you know?
I don't know.
Last time I checked, they were like $15, I think.
Dodger Stadium, I'm sure, but like the streetcar vendors.
Yeah.
Oh, those.
Don't even get us started
Dude.
with that.
Oh my God. They used to be like $5 for a combo.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Hot dog, bacon wrapped hot dog with the veggies on top, bag of chips, and a can of soda for $5. Now it's like $10. It's doubled.
Yeah. For one hot dog, right?
For one. Well, the last time we were on, was it Santee? Santee? Is it Santee Boulevard or Santee Street?
We were in downtown.
Downtown.
We got it for $9. But we went out one time in front of La Cita right there in downtown LA.
Yeah.
And this little girl was selling hot dogs, and we're like, all right, let's buy from her. She sold us one hot dog, no chips, no soda, for $8. And I was like, jeez.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you're drinking, you don't mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to think that you're helping the person out, but then you realize that they're just working for someone higher who owns a bunch of hot dog carts,
Yeah.
So you kind of feel bad for them, but
they're working.
Yeah.
They're that's another thing too. Most people don't realize is that it's the people working those carts or those fruit stands. It's not their business. They're actually working for that's somebody else's business.
Right.
It's not theirs.
right.
And the same thing probably for the people that sell flowers or oranges. Sometimes it's not their business. They're just working for somebody else.
That's why I would never argue about price with the hot dog vendor, but I'm going to talk shit the whole way home. I got to vent to someone,
Yeah.
Like, God damn, why did I spend $8 on a hot dog?
And I can't eat just one, so it's not $8 for me.
Shoot.
That's true, dude. You get out of whatever you're at in LA, and they're just right there. So they're really good.
Yeah,
Can't say no to them. You can't. Exactly.
I love the setup here. By the way, I was telling you a little bit earlier, but like, this is nice, man. Everything's cool. Everything looks so high tech. The one thing that stuck out to me was a label-less water bottle.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how I know success. Anytime I've ever been on camera, and they have me a water bottle with the Kirkland label, I'm like, what kind of broke down shit? What kind of bootleg shit is this, man?
Amber's working on get me a Mind Buzz label for the water bottle. We're working on it.
That'd be cool.
We got some things in the works for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, so you've been on Kill Tony. You mentioned something about the $1,000 Ridge wallet winner.
Yeah.
So what is that?
To this day, it's my one claim to fame.
Yeah?
Man. Yeah. No, it was just a cool little. So I've been on Kill Tony 3 times. And the first time I was ever on, they were having like a giveaway that night, a Ridge wallet sponsor. So I don't know why at some point Tony just thought to ask like, hey, what kind of wallet do you have, you know? And I didn't even have a wallet. I had like a little manila envelope that was even torn in half. And all I did was just carry my ID in there because I needed my ID to get into the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
All my money's on my phone, whatever, you know? So I got on stage, he asked me, I pulled it out, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, you can't write shit better than this, you know?
Yeah.
So he said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you a new wallet, a Ridge wallet, which I still have and use to this day. And he said, and we're going to give you $1,000 cash.
Damn, dude.
It was all there, man.
And this was back in what, like 2019, 2021? This is when he was still in the belly room at the Comedy Store, right?
No. This was the big room. I get the names. I don't know what the rooms are called. But the big one that with all the big headliners. This might have been 2018, 2019. Definitely pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is back when Monday nights used to be lit at the comedies. How long have you been doing comedy?
Getting to my 1.5 year mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing it long. I started. So this happened to me when I was 10 months into comedy.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. But back then, I remember Monday nights at the Comedy Store was lit, man. Yeah, because they had you would sign up for Potluck, which is the Comedy Store open mic live. So you would show up, get in line at around 6, 5:30, whatever it was. And you can also sign up for Kill Tony. And at that point, Kill Tony had been getting bigger and bigger. So it was worth it for people to show up to the Comedy Store on Mondays and line up. And you see all your peers there. It was awesome, you know? Open mic comedians that you're normally friends with act like they don't know you there. It was
really?
a fucking party. And that still happens, bro. You'd be surprised. But yeah, that was back then. So pandemic changed everything. And I don't know if the Comedy Store is as lit these days, but I know that Kill Tony's not there anymore. So, and they do potluck through like an email system.
Yeah.
So you know it's not as packed. But
I've seen people post those about potluck. I gotta sign up. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's a good thing when you're ready, but also like I don't know if you could ever be ready for that room. That it's crazy. It just got like it's where we all want to be. Don't get me wrong, but the room just have like a dead feeling in it.
Dead feeling.
Yeah, like even when you do good, you tend to leave there feeling like everybody hates you regardless. Yeah, it's a weird feeling to describe.
That's me after every set. So I'm fine with that.
I don't know how to describe it, but don't get me wrong. That's where I want to be. You know, it's just kind of like SNL. Like no comedian watches SNL, but that is kind of the ultimate goal for us. You know,
right? Yeah, it sucks because I became a fan of Kill Tony like during, I want to say like within this past year. And to hear that they used to be in LA for God knows how long. Kind of sucks because now, yeah, granted, they come out and do the YouTube theater and all the other places out here every once in a while. Kind of, it's cool, and then kind of, I have to go to Texas. I have to go to Austin to actually see the show or try to get on it. But I mean, I don't know. I think Austin trip would be pretty fun.
Have you been?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Have
awesome.
you?
Yeah.
To do comedy?
Yeah, I've been there twice. That's just a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an adult theme park. It's a college town. On the weekends, the main street that has all the comedy clubs, 6th Street, they shut it down. And not for no farmer's market either. There's people just walking through the streets with their drinks, partying, being crazy. It's awesome, man. You really have to balance out work and play there. Because I don't go without a reason. So I make sure that I try and book a few shows before I get out there. And day of, I'm like, you're drinking from the start of the day.
Yeah.
You're at the pool. So by the time nighttime comes and it's time to go to your show, you're like, God, I don't even want to do this shit, But this is a dream. This is why we came out here. It's an adult theme park.
Adult theme park.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I try to get out there once a year. I've only stuck to that twice. But the first time I was out there was fucking phenomenal. So I got pulled on Kill Tony again.
At the Comedy Mothership?
Well, no, this was back at the Vulcan.
Oh, okay. That's right. I seen that on your page.
This was awesome. So this was the very first show at Vulcan after moving from Antone's.
Yes.
So the room was packed. They have no capacity rules out there. There must have been with the balcony and everything.
And that stage is huge. Dude. Yeah, it looks huge on the screen.
There must have been 700 people in that building. It was awesome. That was Hans Kim's first episode. Not even as a comedian, they brought him up. That was post cancellation. Mm-hmm. So they brought him up to sing the national anthem before the show started. Hey, Tony's reparations are crazy, man.
That's wild.
So the person I was there, fantastic comedian. I was there with fantastic comedian Stevana Delgado. She got pulled up. They asked her who she was there with. She told them me, and they're like, "Oh, we know him, the Ridge Wallet guy." She's like, "Yeah." And they go, "Oh, well, we got to bring his ass up here right now." So she murdered, she destroyed. They brought me up. I probably the best set of my life.
Really?
I never heard that much crowd reaction. It was 700 people.
Yeah.
So that shit was awesome. Tony Redband invited us both to be on his secret show.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we had to extend our trip, and that secret show was fucking.
How was that club?
The Vulcan.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, no, the Sunset Strip.
Oh, okay. So this was pre-Sunset Strip.
Oh, okay.
So,
so the secret show used to be at Vulcan.
The secret show was also at Vulcan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we were on a lineup with killers, man. Brian Holtzman, Eric Griffin was there that weekend. There was nobody we didn't rub shoulders with. That was like it felt like we didn't belong, but also we were on the lineup. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm learning to like trying to teach myself.
Yeah.
Is if you're on the lineup, these are your peers.
Yeah.
Like if you go in there thinking, "Oh, these guys are better than me," or "I'm gonna bomb," or
coworkers, right?
Married. Yeah,
coworkers.
You're doing the same work they're doing. They're just a lot more experienced and advanced in their career than you. You know.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why you can't go up after a headliner and fucking destroy. You know.
Yeah.
So we were on the show with great people, Tony Hinchcliffe, everybody, and they're like, "Hey, I don't remember if it was Tony or Red Band, but we had an invite from somebody. They're like, hey, we're probably not going to catch your sets because we're at the end of the show. But as soon as you're done, we're all going to be over at the Creek in the Cave for Joe Rogan's after party because he's running an hour there right now. Just let them know you're a comedian. They're gonna let you in. So we did our sets, whatever. We walked over to the creek in the cave, and it was just like that.
Bro.
It was like we walked in through the alley. They're like, "Are you guys here? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We're comedians. We're on the show." They're like, "Okay, come on in."
Wow.
We're back there with everybody, bro. Tony Hinchcliffe eventually introduces us both to Joe Rogan, which I feel like maybe I should have made more of that opportunity. But also it was 3 a.m.
Yeah.
He had done an hour twice that night, you know? So it was just a brief interaction. But that was fucking cool. And one thing that I tell a lot of people is like, yeah, like the shit that people talk about Tony is obviously true. Like we know he's not always a nice guy. And it just depends on what day you catch him on. I'm just lucky to say that I've only ever caught him on good days. And I could consider him someone who's helped my career advance. So I definitely will never have anything bad to say about that, man.
Yeah, of course. And then plus, he's a human being. I mean, how many times that you can go through, all that and not be, total douche or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
these people, these actors, these comedians, these celebrities, they're at the end of the day, they're still human beings. And you have bad days. I have bad days. We all have bad days, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a wild story, dude.
It's some of the shit that I've walked into in my short comedy career or just stumbled upon has been great, bro.
But you've put yourself into those positions. It's not like things just happen out of thin air, right?
Yeah.
Do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, a big combination. I mean, a big part of being successful in comedy, which I don't consider myself yet, is just being in the right place at the right time. And if you're smart, you'll also do the work leading up to that.
Absolutely.
So that when you do get the opportunity, you're able to deliver.
Yeah.
So one thing about myself is that after I won the $1,000 from Kill Tony, I'm telling you, I was 10 months in and I could still, to this day, the set was trash. And I could still consider myself very bad at comedy back then. But I remember thinking, okay, so all my peers saw this. They were in the building. The same people that I go to open mics with. Now I got to get good at comedy or else these people are just going to hate me for taking an opportunity that they could have had and delivered harder on.
But that's the show, right? Because if you watch it, there's some people on there that's their first time ever doing comedy, and they're getting picked in on a bucket with over 200 comedians that have been doing it for over a long time.
Yeah.
And it's they're taking up the time from other people.
Sure,
so
yeah. There's definitely people that have wasted more time up there than me.
Yeah.
But now I'm known as $1,000 Ridge Wallet winner, so I don't want to walk into an open mic, stink it up, and people be like, "Fucking this guy." You know?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
But also, I was 10 months in, and I was just tired of bombing. Also,
yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I gotta figure something out, man. I think I read a couple suggested books and just started hitting more mics and writing more. And again, job's never done, but writing wise, I'm a lot more comfortable sitting down with a premise these days than I was back then. I didn't even know where the fuck to start.
But that's cool, dude, because you read books. Honestly, you're the first person that I've talked to that practices stand up and is a comedian that has read books or listened to any books on stand up. That's always my suggestion to comics that are feeling like uninspired or I don't know what to do next, or we have these group chats and we all talk about like this and that, but that's always my suggestion, dude. My suggestion is always like books. I'm a nerd. I know how to take direction, and a book to fall back on when you're practicing anything is always a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Because it's a tool. It's a tool. A book is a tool.
Yeah.
To be an insightful reader, right? That's how I look at it. especially with something like comedy and live performances, if there's a book on it, fuck it, just read it, dude.
Yeah, because a lot of us that go into comedy are like undiagnosed dyslexic and, you know, have, you know, like attention span problems.
Yeah.
So when you go out there just trying to wing it, like that's never going to work.
It's hard. Yeah.
Like, to this day, I take a note card on stage with me, which at least has a set list or like stuff that I want to talk about. Because I'll fucking forget. You get into the motion and you start hearing people laughing, and it can go downhill from there. You know, sometimes I gotta look back and remember where I'm at. But even just like you said, in the form of a book, you need direction.
Yeah,
you need something to guide you, or someone that's been there before to say, hey, this worked for me. Try it out. And, you know, you might not agree with everything in that book, but that's just like our parents' guidance growing up. You pick and choose what works for you, and you apply it eventually, you know?
Yeah. That and some things may be outdated. Like you watch, you search comedy how-to, right? Some of them come up like Ralphie May's mastermind class, or I think it's Ralphie May's comedy masterclass that he did at the Comedy Store. I think this was a long time ago, and he talks about stuff that are outdated, like don't wear a beard on stage or something like that. Like that has to be outdated because there's comics everywhere with a beard. Like, how's that?
Was that one of his?
It was literally like shave all the time. Like, granted, there's some stuff in there that work. Like, don't date the wait staff. Don't treat the bookers like shit. You know, the obvious things, right?
Yeah, sure.
But one of them was don't have a full beard, or because it's a distraction, or don't wear hats on stage because it's a distraction for the audience. And I guess there's
I could see how that's a distraction, because if you have something on your head or something that is gonna stick out to me, I'm gonna fixate on.
Yeah, true.
Well, what does his hat say? What is it? You know, if I'm sitting in the back or things like that. So they might seem outdated in the fact that, you know, now people wear hats anywhere, to dinner, to everything.
Yeah.
Where before it was like a form of respect, but I could see it still being kind of relevant.
The beard thing is kind of a tricky one too, because I think it's like it's a psychological thing, and why most salesmen don't have like a mustache or something like that, because I think it becomes like a trust thing. And like a beard, like you can't trust anybody with the beard.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what
As
Ralphie
you're sitting
made.
across from a guy that has a mustache and a beard.
And I'm looking straight into his eyes.
Deep in my I said, okay, I see what we're doing here.
Oh no, you're good.
So
you're
you
good.
don't want to buy the kitchen knives, right?
No.
No encyclopedias, thank you.
I know, huh? You remember that, dude? When people used to walk around selling encyclopedias?
Jesus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witness knocking on. They never come back here.
No, Jehovah's Witnesses weren't the ones selling encyclopedias.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But like just going door to door selling.
Do people
anything is
still
absurd.
go door to door?
We bought encyclopedias. We bought the entire set.
You
And
did?
It was like, whoa. They have an encyclopedia set. Yeah.
Did you learn anything from?
I did. We used to use them for our, like, any project from school. Like, we didn't have to go to the library now. We had them at home. So it was pretty cool.
That was, that was Wikipedia back in the day.
Yeah, or Google or all of those. Exactly. I remember my uncle talking about going door to door. When he first came to the U.S. and that he came to live with us, he went out and he met this guy. I think he was like washing dishes at first. And then this guy was like, hey, I'm making a lot of money selling pots, like door to door.
Selling pot?
Pot, no, not pot, but pots, like ollas, like cooking pots. And he was like, yeah, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, it's really easy. And, you know, do you wanna join in? And, you know, I can get you started. And well, my uncle, you know, and he didn't consult like with my mom, like, hey, do you think it's a good idea? Like, he just one day was like, hey, I quit the other job. And then he like left our house. I remember him, pobrecito, because he tells me the story now. He left the house like in like like slacks and a button-up shirt, and then he went in like he went to Payless and he bought like dressy shoes. So he said he walked like over 20 miles walking, carrying like a big pot, like a pozole pot. And he says that he sold nothing. He's like, I sold nothing for a week, like the entire week. He said, and all that happened was that he got blisters on his feet, and the Payless shoes started melting because it was during the summer. And he said he's like it took me a week. He's like, and that's all I did. And he's like, and then I just like absorbed the cost of the pots. And he gave them to my mom, and my mom was like, well, let me pay you for them. He's like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I think my mom still had one of the pots till like 5 years ago. Pero pobrecito, his shoes melted. Imagine.
Man, I knew Payless shoes were cheap. I didn't know they're made out of chocolate.
Yeah. Pues pobrecito, he was walking, and he said he would go and knock, and people would be like, no, thank you, and then like close the door on him. And then he didn't really speak English. Well, he didn't speak any English, actually. So I'm like, ay, pobrecito.
You know what it is? I don't think that you make money selling the pots. I think that's like a pyramid, like a mid
pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call that shit?
Pyramid scheme.
Management, mid-level, whatever that is. Pyramid scheme, I like better. But yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
You get more people into it, and you make money off of whatever they sell.
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody making money out here selling pots, plural.
It was also like I don't know how old you are or what years you grew up, but I'm gonna assume you were kind of like us. But like Prince's house, do you know like the crystal? Like all the moms would sell crystal. No, not crystal drugs,
Avon.
but
Avon.
Well,
Tupperware was
Tupperware. Okay, let's say like Tupperware.
My mom sold Tupperware.
Tupperware was such a scam because as a seller, like your mom probably
My mom was a scam.
Your mom got paid in Tupperware. So your mom really didn't get paid in money.
No.
She didn't?
You got paid in product.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So you used to be like, okay, so let's say I'm the top Tupperware salesperson, right? I'm at the top where I do get money. And then I come to you and I'm like, hey, Gil, you want to throw a Tupperware party?
Damn.
And you're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, for, whatever you sell, I'll give you this, and that. And you're like, fuck yeah.
Whoa.
And they give people like sets of Tupperware, like cups and things, and then they make the money. So you don't get any money, you get product.
So I guess the idea is you give them free product, and now here you could sell this, and whatever you make on this is for you.
No, you got like no money.
Huh.
So you threw a party, right? That was the thing, was throwing like Tupperware parties or Princess House parties, and you would invite all your comadres, all your friends, all your sisters, everything.
I remember that.
And someone would come, and then they would set up a table and display all these products. And then they would purchase the products, and then you as the top seller would keep the money. And then you'd be like, okay, person that hosted, that let me come to their house, you can have X amount, $500 in product, but not in monetary cash. Do you see what I'm saying? So then ladies' houses were filled of like Tupperware and Princess House, but never made money.
So they give you
like blowing your guys' mind.
They give you the Tupperware?
Yeah, they would give you like, that was how they paid.
So you don't buy it?
As a host, they would give you Tupperware. Like that was your incentive to
sell it.
Well, because you didn't really do the selling. Unless you, like maybe your mom did towards, like later on, they had a catalog, right? So if you had a catalog, then you were up on the chain. But if you weren't, then you just threw parties and hosted them. They only paid you in product.
So my aunt used to...
Your aunt got your
aunt,
mom in there?
Yeah, my aunt.
Okay, so your aunt used to get the money and your mom would just get product.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Whoa.
That's some bullshit.
Right?
I would be so mad if I made it to the NBA and I got paid in basketballs.
Yeah. Here's a uniform.
All I need is one,
Yeah, at least give me a ring. Something, dude.
Yeah. But that's so I don't know. I don't know if that was a Hispanic thing in my community. Because we never had Tupperware. They were still packaged shit in like old mayonnaise jars.
Yeah.
My mom got sucked into Avon, and I don't know how long she did that, but I remember there were some boxes.
Yeah, Avon did allow you to make some money because my grandma used to sell Avon. But there at Avon, it was like you went to the store, the Avon store, and then you bought the product for half the price or 75%, whatever it was. And then you made that other portion to your customers.
Oh.
That's how that one worked. So that you did make money. Definitely.
So Avon, you made money. Tupperware, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And NBA, you get paid in
Basketballs.
basketballs.
3 biggest pyramid schemes in the Hispanic community: Avon, Herbalife, and religion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Man,
Yeah.
Religion being top.
my family was so deep into the Christianity, and not just any Christianity, Spanish Christianity. bro.
Really?
You ever been to a Spanish church?
I've been to like a Christian church, but never a Spanish one.
Oh my God! The same energy you get
Yeah.
from a reggaeton song,
Yeah.
you will get from one of their church songs, and then it's all downhill after that.
So it's like I've been into a Baptist church, not like a Southern Baptist, but like a heavy like
How far down south are we talking?
like I don't know, like it was
Not past the border?
no,
Okay, not south enough, bro.
I don't think so. But it was like one of those where like people wore like purple suits and yellow suits and
Are you
jumping
in a black
up.
church?
Yeah,
Really?
that was crazy.
That's
You did?
There was like a lot of energy. One time I did. I got invited to one.
that's some Steve Harvey bullshit.
And I went. There was a lot of Steve Harveys in there. A lot of
You
Cat
weren't at
Williams
the,
in there.
Original Kings of Comedy concert. The original taping.
Big pimpin'. Dude, it was crazy. It was wild. The energy in there was just as crazy as I'm pretty sure like a reggaeton concert.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah. I could imagine that.
yeah. So your family was pretty religious?
Yeah. My dad's side of the family. So
Oh.
both sides found Christianity, and that's just a theory I have. Is like when a Mexican couple divorces, like one of them turns to Christianity.
Yeah.
That's what always happens.
Like born again Christianity? Like born again type of denomination?
No, they just escape everything. The Catholic Church, Ash Wednesdays. Like, let's try something totally new. You know?
Yeah. Because Ash Wednesdays, that's Catholicism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Do you
Yeah.
remember? Do you remember what type of denomination of Christianity it was? Like what kind? Because there's a lot. Christianity is. That's the one thing religion is. It's branches of a lot of different.
No, I don't. I just know that there was. So my mom started taking us to Christian church when we were young, but that was like a white person Christian church, and the feeling was way different than like the Spanish churches I would go to with my aunts on my dad's side and stuff. And these people were more like a little more extreme, you know, like nothing too crazy, but Disney was the devil. I remember when I was like 7 or 8, I got a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt. I had to take it off. I had a Spider-Man action figure that got broken one time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Dude.
Yeah, it is now looking
That's
back
messed
at
up.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Religion, but that shit, religion's for adults, you know? Like, don't bring the kids into this.
Exactly.
So it was just 2 very different sides.
Yeah, of course. Especially when you, as a kid, you like all that stuff. Like I remember because my family was super religious. Some of them are still pretty religious, but when I was growing up, I think I was like 11 or 12, my favorite color was red. And I had these red pair of Dickie shorts that my aunt didn't let me wear because she said that if you like only gay people wear like bright colors, and I wasn't able to wear those green or those red Dickie shorts. So it's haunting me, dude.
So he never wears red.
Not your aunt knowing exactly what's gay, bro.
That's right.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying. Hey, didn't that? No, never mind. I can't say it on here.
I can't say it on here.
Oh man.
I thought you were gonna say, red is the color of the devil.
The devil?
Everything in hell is red. We don't wear red.
Maybe that's why. Maybe red is the devil and red the devil's gay. I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe.
Devil's got to be gay, bro.
It has to be.
He has
Right.
to be.
That was punk rock as shit.
As a matter of fact, I think I was the roommate with the devil and his boyfriend. Just like I think South Park, in South Park, the movie, the devil is gay.
Yeah.
And his boyfriend's Saddam Hussein.
Oh, shit.
That's all right.
Yeah. I didn't grow up on South Park. I was more
No?
of a Simpsons kid.
Oh, okay.
Well, also, we didn't have cable, so I had to watch this. that was the only choice.
Well, I watched South Park when I think, like back in the day, around like 2003, 2004, it would be, South Park would be on Channel 5, like really late at night.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I was able to watch, because I didn't have cable either, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to
Man.
stay up and watch it?
Yeah.
Did you ever stay up and watch Cheaters? Do you guys remember that?
Oh, yeah. I remember that show.
It
was
come
on-
like at midnight.
It was on regular TV?
Yeah, it used to come on regular TV. Or also, I always remember one time I stayed up really late and I secretly watched TV. And then that was the first time I seen the Girls Gone Wild promo.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
I waited for those.
I could still hear the little Hawaiian jingle in my head.
See if you could pull it up.
Yeah.
See?
Oh my God.
At least the jingle. I want to hear the jingle. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I want to hear the
Oh
jingle.
my God.
So I would have, I would be watching South Park and then be like on the phone trying to go
were
on the party
ordering.
line. No, I'd try to
Oh.
go on the party line
Yeah.
just to hear people talk.
Yeah, I used to go on there too. I was too young, but I used to go on there and just like stay quiet.
Yeah. Or just listen to, well, I used to just listen to, there it is.
Yeah.
That's it? I don't remember it.
I think I feel an island breeze coming through right now.
You have a mojito in your hand all of a sudden.
I'll take my shoes off right now.
That's how it started? I don't remember that.
I think
That's
you got to
crazy.
get to like the bridge or something,
Got it. Let's see.
or the drop or whatever they call it. And if you call now, you get 2 tapes for the price of 1. That's right, $19.99 for all these tapes.
It sounds like it's like that the whole time. That's funny.
That's amazing. You should have that as your ringtone.
Man, I'll get in so much trouble. I don't even have my phone on ring. I don't know. At some age, I don't want to hear that shit.
I seen a meme the other day. Remember I was telling you ago that it said, I'm sitting here thinking
Oh, yeah.
how much money I spent on ringtones to only have my phone on silent mode the
Yeah.
whole time now.
Yeah, for real. To this day, anytime my phone rings, I'm like, is this shit possessed by the devil? What's going on right now? Gay ass devil.
Red dicky shorts
You're-
wearing.
That was messed up, dude. All I wanted to wear was red dicky shorts and read Harry Potter. I wasn't able to read Harry Potter or go
I
watch
get
the
that.
movies, dude. I wasn't able to watch wrestling anymore because
Oh,
we
shit.
moved. So it was me and my mom, and then we moved in with my family in South Almani, and they were super religious, and I had to leave all that stuff behind. Like I stopped watching wrestling for a lot of years, and I was a huge WWF fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped watching for a good maybe couple of years. I want to say like 3-4 years I stopped watching. And then I picked it up again like in like 2001 or 2002, something like that. Like right after the invasion storyline. How versed are you in
Very.
Yeah?
I'm a big wrestling fan.
Okay.
The invasion storyline was awesome.
Yeah. I wasn't able to watch any of that. I didn't really get it. I think I picked up to where I think like maybe after Gold. So what I remember is Brock Lesnar, his first run in the WWE. That's what I remember coming back to. It was like, fucking, who's this dude?
Yeah.
Like after all the WCW guys were all in everything, and then Brock Lesnar became like my favorite new wrestler because Mick Foley wasn't there. I think The Rock was like a part-timer, and those were in the Attitude Era. Those were my guys, dude. But
yeah, it kicked off a whole new era of wrestling. So for those that aren't familiar, the invasion was basically when WWF bought WCW and ECW and started merging them together, brought some of the guys over into a storyline. But that, as soon as that was over, the era you're talking about was probably one of the greatest wrestler classes we've ever seen, because that was the same year that John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, and Batista all debuted, who would all go on to be world heavyweight champs.
yeah.
And around that time, right after maybe 2003, 2004 is when I stopped watching wrestling because I started going into high school, and it wasn't cool to like wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for almost 20 years, man, from 2003, 2004 to just recently, I didn't watch wrestling, but I just started watching it again. I love it, man. I think that it's all new faces, obviously, but
Right.
I don't think that the brand has been this good since the Attitude Era.
Really?
Yeah, there's some good personalities, wrestlers to bank on for the future. Triple H is in charge now. As you probably know. So he's doing a lot of things that were off limits to Vince, and for no good reason either. Vince was just a very old school kind of guy. There's certain words that they couldn't say on TV, certain moves.
I heard they couldn't say like wrestler.
They couldn't call themselves wrestlers. They were superstars.
Or they couldn't say like championship belt or something
They
like
gotta
that.
say title, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't call it a belt.
Right.
Yeah, so I think he's doing a lot of things now, where one of the biggest things that I have enjoyed is that he's doing pay-per-views, which are called PLEs now, premium live events, more frequently. So like every 2-3 weeks, opposed to this every 6 weeks as it used to be 4 to 6 weeks before. He does a little premium live event, and now he's doing these internationally. So the last event, Clash at the Castle, was in Scotland.
Clash at the Castle.
These crowds are phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
Because they bring their same WWE energy. You know, you're gonna hear the "This is awesome" chants and stuff, but they do their own like hooligan shit that they do at like soccer games and stuff, where they're like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's awesome to hear them like. The way they unify and the chants are different, the energy's different, and they kind of appreciate it a little bit more than U.S. crowds.
How difficult was it to get into like wrestling after all those years of not watching it? Was it hard? I'm trying to get into I don't know. I tried maybe once or twice or something, but I don't think I'm trying enough. But I can't get into it. I think I have to like let go of the nostalgia feeling from the ruthless aggression era, right?
It's a completely different show.
Yeah, I just have to accept it. It's not gonna
catered to.
It's not gonna be the same.
Gen Z. That's the current gen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's catered to, Logan Paul's a big time personality.
That blows my mind.
And you know what? He's fucking good.
That's what I hear, dude. I was watching some clips of his match with, I think it was like Seth Rollins, or what's the other guy's name? I forgot his name. Not Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think it was his match with AJ Styles.
He's had a couple.
Oh my God, dude. This guy was really fucking good. And he wasn't just a celebrity. You know how they have just celebrities go in and do a flip, and no,
They come and go. Yeah.
this fool was like an actual like superstar. Like he was a WWE like athlete.
Yeah, if you forget everything else you know about Logan Paul and only know him as a WWE superstar, this guy's got it all.
Yeah.
He's got the look. He's got the chops on the mic. He's taken the time to really understand how to wrestle and do cool fucking moves. So anytime he has a match, he's not just doing submission holds or whatever. This guy's jumping off some shit. Bro.
He's flying.
Yeah. He's getting an Instagram clip.
And Rey Mysterio, Dominic is Rey Mysterio's son is a wrestler now. I remember him when during the Eddie Guerrero and Vicky Guerrero storyline, how him and Rey Mysterio were fighting over Dominic as I think they had like a fight or a match to take like custody over Dominic Mysterio. You remember that?
Insane.
Dude?
Yeah.
So that's where my mind is like when I think about the WWE. But when I turn on the channel now and I see stuff like that, I'm just like, whoa, like it has like evolved like a lot. Like things have changed a lot. And especially all the stuff that was going on with Vince McMahon. And Brock Lesnar was my favorite like wrestler, like I just said like a few minutes ago. And to hear like that he was like got lumped in with all that stuff, that's even wild too.
Wait, what's that?
With the whole Vince McMahon thing.
Oh, okay.
So I get you seen right that he's getting charged with all these SA charges. He used to make I forget who it was, but he used to make some of the divas like go have like relations with Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vince McMahon, like he ordered women to go and be with Brock.
Yeah.
Like as like a form of, I don't know if you want to be on my show or something.
Yeah. It was always a leverage thing with Vince McMahon. He was very powerful and he exercised that power, man.
Yeah.
Definitely don't care for him personally, but he built a legacy too, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, dude. It's crazy too to see the WWE as a PG type of product. And when it first, not the golden age, but like Attitude and Ruthless Aggression stuff, like those were my, like, I loved wrestling because of that.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just giving excuses why I'm probably not going to watch it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But it's like,
But I love to hear all the stuff. Like I see, I don't know, you probably met him before. Owen Parker, he's
that's a good buddy of mine.
Yeah, him and we talk about wrestling. We don't even talk about comedy when I see him at mics or shows. Me and him, we talk about wrestling. And he told me the last time we were in Claremont, he was telling me, he was like, dude, if I ever do your podcast, we're probably just going to talk about wrestling for 2 hours. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right, dude.
Yeah. No, Owen's a good buddy of mine, and we talk about wrestling too.
Yeah.
He'll just DM me some random shit on a day. Be like, hey, what do you remember this? Or hey, what do you think about this? He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I think that wrestling has changed. Yeah, there's not like bra and panty matches and like hardcore type matches.
Kiss my ass matches.
Exactly. But I think that it's matured in a more creative way because it had to, which is kind of like comedy.
True.
Like we had the whole cancellation era or the you can't say this, can't say that.
True.
So
okay, that's a good point.
a lot of lazy comedians said, well, that's it, comedy's over, we can't say nothing. But good comedians, it just forced them to be more creative.
Right.
In their presentation, and I think that right now where wrestling is we don't get all the good shit, but also porn's free these days. We really don't need the bra and panty matches.
That's true.
We just need them to be think outside the box and make it look realistic.
You got me there, dude. That's right. That's absolutely right.
I'm telling you, give it a shot. Now,
Yeah.
now that the Roman Reigns he had been champion for like 3 years, and
Yeah.
I hate talking bad about artists or like athletes, but this guy sucked, man. This guy, his skill set sucked. His mic game sucked.
I didn't like him just the first time. I think I seen him in like 2012, and I think because I had those moments where I just flip on the channel and let's see what SmackDown is all about right now, and it was like 2012, and Roman Reigns I was like, yeah, this is lame. I'm not gonna come back, so I changed it to something else.
His special signature moves like a super punch, which we know like that.
I thought it was a spear.
He that's one of his moves.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, he's not champion right now. Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare, which is just a whole new era and a new face of the company. But also after him, you got like 7-8 guys who are going to be in that conversation too. So it's fun. I would say give it a shot. But also, sometimes it's hard. Yeah.
I don't know, Amber. Are you ready? Because when I get into stuff, dude, I just obsess over them, and I'm afraid that that's gonna happen. That I'll be talking about wrestling and comedy for like 6 months. Amber, are you ready for that? She's not listening.
It's gonna happen,
Yes,
bro.
I am.
It's gonna happen. It wasn't until this past year that I'm like, you know what? I don't care how much it costs. I'm gonna realize my childhood dream of going to WrestleMania. I'm into wrestling enough right now, and I might as well just knock it off my list.
Yeah.
Now, So, and again, that's just a result of what you say. Is when you get into something, it's expensive.
Right. Exactly. Did you go this year or?
No, I'm gonna go upcoming year in Las Vegas.
Oh, they're gonna have it in Vegas.
Yeah.
And now it's 2 nights. That's wild.
Yeah.
To me, I didn't know that.
And I think Coachella is like a week or 2 before that. So, man, I got to start resting now.
Do you do Coachella too?
Not regularly.
Oh, okay.
I did it once. I loved it. It's not sustainable to do every year, stuff like that. But I want to start doing that stuff again.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Mario, he's a DJ, Mario 81, and he took me to Lucha in TJ about a month ago, and we were just hanging out before the match got started. We were hanging out in the parking lot, partying in his car, and we were watching SmackDown. And we were watching it, and like he was telling me, like trying to keep me updated on everything. And he was like, oh yeah, the women's division is like top notch. These are like real wrestlers. They're not divas. And we watched the match, and there was a lot of action, right? Like there are matches, there are actual matches happening on the SmackDown that we were watching. And it wasn't promos because I think I turned the TV on SmackDown. Like I said, like I just go through it. Or I was at the gym and I was watching SmackDown, and swear to God, it was Roman Reigns with the other guys when he was back with the Shield or whatever.
Yeah.
They were doing a promo for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, dude, when is the match gonna start?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything gonna start? And that was like, I want to say like 2 years ago. It's probably changed now, right?
Yeah. If you get mic time these days, you have to be precise. And it's not until I started doing stand up that I really started judging wrestlers on their in ring. Because it's like, cut the fat. Say what you gotta say and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know? That line didn't hit. Don't act like it hit, you know?
Right.
It's just stuff like that, I guess, critiquing. But that's one thing that they should be good at. And if, any wrestler wants to get better, I would say that he should take up stand-up.
Stand-up?
Yeah, because you just got to tell us what you're talking about. Tell us what's cool, interesting, or funny about that shit. Yeah. And then tell us what you're going to do about that shit, bro.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Of all time?
Yeah.
The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah, hands down, man.
Why?
There's nobody I wanted to be like more than The Rock. Like I could understand our dads or like people in the 50s or whatever that era is like admiring James Dean or something like that. Because it was like this guy was good at his craft.
Yeah.
Everything he said was butter. He fucking looks cool. He fucking acts cool. You know, like no one ever makes The Rock look silly. I want to be that guy, you know? And I remember anytime his music would drop, my hair would raise. You've been to a lot of concerts, man. You know music.
Yeah.
When your favorite band or your favorite musician just plays that tune that you know so well, you get the goosebumps and your hair sticks up.
Right.
Anytime that theme music would drop, I was standing on my bed, eyebrow up.
Can you do the eyebrow?
I can try.
Oh shit! There we go. There's your camera right there. There it is, dude. I remember I spent all summer trying to learn how to do and I finally got it, dude. It was awesome. It literally took me a whole summer to learn how to do it.
A whole summer?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think I was in like third grade I was in second and then going into third grade. And when they did pictures, I did the Rock's eyebrow for my picture for like third grade or something. Yeah.
I remember people would tell me, like, hey, if you keep doing that with your face, it's going to stay like that. I was like, oh, hell yeah. I got to keep practicing then.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking right now. I think Amber's on this vintage like shop thing right now. And I'm asking her to find some like good, like I want to get a original Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt, like the original one where it says Austin 316 and then the back has the big skull with the flames on it.
Yeah.
Gotta look for it, dude. But I know it's gonna be a lot.
I love vintage collecting.
Yeah.
You like reselling stuff, Amber?
Some stuff, but most I keep.
Same.
It's hard. It's hard to not, you know.
Even if it's not in my size, I develop a sentimental value. Yeah. And I have a lot of like old vintage wrestling shirts and like band shirts and stuff like that I've collected. To a point where I could start an online store right now and make decent money, but I'm like, I got money to eat this week. I think I'll just hang on to my valuables.
I've always been a really big fan ever since I was like young. So I've always collected things like in my bedroom at my parents' house. I have typewriters, cameras, old like radios. I was always into like the 50s and the 60s. So I have a lot of like vintage things in that sense. And then when I moved out and I was on my own, I started collecting like glassware. But again, it's like from like anywhere ranging from the 20s to like the 60s.
Boy.
Yeah, but I can't even freaking eat out of them because they have lead. So they're just like sitting there and I just like open the cabinet every so often and then I like look at it and then I close it. But recently, I was never really into like Betty Boop, but I've always like, okay, she's cute. And I bought a pair of salt shakers from a seller on Depop. And I was like, oh, these are cute. And then when I got them, I was like, they're really cute, but what am I going to do with 3 pairs of salt shakers? So I decided to just like list it, like, let's see how it goes. And it actually ended up selling, and I ended up selling like other stuff that I was trying to get rid of. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I guess people are into Betty Boop.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right. So that's what I was telling Gil. I was like, back then I was into like the things from like the 50s and the 60s and they were relevant. And now it's like nobody wants that. Now the vintage is 90s, early 2000s. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Isn't that wild, dude? Mm-hmm. Like the era we grew up in is now considered vintage.
Yeah.
That is strange.
But even crazier how they just move through vintage cycles. You know? Because one day the 80s shit's going to be back in again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We went to Riverside to go hang out, and they were having a market outside of I think, what was it called? Like Rainforest District or something like that?
I don't know. Something like that.
Something like that. A friend of mine has like his, can you look it up? I don't want to get it wrong because it's a really cool place to check out.
I don't know what to.
Just maybe look up Deladesso stuff. I don't know. We'll look it up right now. It's in Riverside. They were having a Y2K like vintage market. That was the first time I've ever seen anything like it.
Oh, that was the theme?
That was the theme.
Y2K.
Y2K. These kids were crazy about CDs and tapes. And it was weird to see. Like I was going through the shirts because I love band t-shirts. I'm like you. I want to say over at least 100, maybe close to 200 just band tees. And I can start an online store if I wanted to. But am I going to do that? Probably not, because I'm a hoarder. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to sell anybody my t-shirts. These are mine. Yeah. That I've had for a very long time. And yeah, dude, that's what they had. It was Y2K. These kids were going crazy on CDs and tapes. And it was weird to see. I don't even own, like, I have CDs. People give me CDs. But I don't have where are you going to play them? Cars don't have CD players anymore. Yeah. Does your car have a CD player?
Mine does, but mine is old.
Okay. Mine doesn't. I don't, where are you going to play? I don't even know where to play. I don't even have a DVD. We don't even have a DVD player.
I wish cars still had CD players.
Right? I wish too.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, but also CDs were like a great and dumb idea at the same time, because you get one scratch or like smudge, and that's it. Fucked up your whole song.
We were just talking about when the CD players started coming out with clips, so you could clip it to like your pants. Yeah, and it didn't work because any little walk you did, it like skipped, and you were like, "What the fuck?" And you had to like hold it in your hand as you walked.
And you could hold this CD player sideways. Yeah, not if you're moving.
Yeah, exactly. If you were standing.
Like every CD you just had to listen to, but you had to sit down. Yeah. That was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. You had to be like you had to have a flat surface in order for your Walkman to work, basically.
And then they came out with hacks. Do you guys remember that? That supposedly if you put shaving cream, so you could clean it with shaving cream and alcohol, and it would like help the scratches come off.
Really?
And it worked to like a certain extent, but it wouldn't eliminate the scratches. It would just let you play the CD like for like a little bit longer. Yeah, it worked.
I don't know. I just remember I used to get bullied because of my CD player when everybody was getting iPods. That sucked.
Yeah.
To pretend like you didn't have a CD player, but you're listening to music.
Yeah.
That was rough, man.
Yeah.
I had this kid always, he had something to say about my CD player. He's like, dude, it was like first period, and every time he had to say something about my CD player, he was like, dude, what CD players are so old, man. Like, you should get an iPod. You should get an iPod. I was a fucking poor kid, dude. Like, I couldn't afford an iPod.
At least he was nice about it. He didn't like roast you. He just said, hey, the CD players are old, man. You should get an iPod.
I know. I felt old, dude. We were the same age in the same grade, and he was like, disco's dead, man, or something. You know what I mean?
That's fucking funny now. See? You didn't give your bully enough credit, man.
I think
I thought he was a bully. I didn't know he was an artist.
Yeah, he was an artist, dude. I forget his name. I wish I remembered his name. But yeah, he used to poke fun at me because I had a CD player. I think one time I think I was having a really bad morning that day, and I told him that like it didn't matter like what I listened to on my CD player. I just knew that it wasn't gay music that he was listening to or something. I had something. I was just so mad. I just had it. I wanted to throw my CD at him.
On the bottom of my red shorts, let me tell you this.
I remember walking like a certain way too because I didn't want to scratch it up.
Yeah,
dude.
Of course.
I was like super into Kiss too back then.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask what's the CD that you would play?
It was like Kiss or like Black Sabbath or something like that.
Okay.
I'd rather listen to a tape than to hear like a CD player like skip, because tapes didn't skip back then, did they?
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about
that. I feel like society took a step back during that whole era that CDs were a thing.
Yeah. And tapes were, well, they weren't thinner, but they were smaller, right?
Yeah.
And you can place them anywhere and they wouldn't scratch.
Yeah, owning a CD was like wearing a fresh white tee. You know, it's like, yeah, it's good now, but once you get a smudge on it, you're done, bro.
Yeah,
This shit is rendered useless.
that's true. Do you separate your whites when you're doing laundry?
Yeah,
You do?
yeah.
Of course he does.
Is that a thing? People do that?
Yeah.
They're supposed to?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into science, but the colors just leak over.
It's not science. Tell him it's not science.
Yeah,
Gilbert
when colored,
throws everything in one load.
I'm saving water. I'm trying to
No.
trying to be like
Time.
I'm trying to be like my roommates back in college.
But then, what? You're trying to be gay?
She was the girl in my class that made fun of me having a.
I was the one telling him.
She was the one roasting me. I have a CD player now, and she's still talking shit.
That's
I'm just
crazy.
kidding.
I wonder what your roommates used to do with this, bro.
But what
It all,
the
all
shocker?
makes sense now.
You Spider-Man?
The Spider-Man. Yes, you're supposed to separate clothes.
I don't know. I gotta ask.
No, you don't have to ask anybody. We're telling you.
But I also only wear white socks, so
Okay.
So you
get-
own a lot of white clothing.
Yeah, there we go.
not a lot. No. Again, I'm very messy, so this is like a rare white shirt that I do own.
Uh-huh.
And I've already worn it twice in its existence, so this is probably the last time that I can. It just
Oh shit.
yeah.
Well, it's gonna be on the internet forever. So.
Oh hell yeah! At least I got some longevity out of it.
Like, yeah, I honestly, I really want to go through my closet and see how many t-shirts I have. I really want to do an online store, but then I kind of don't. I'm scared. Because what if somebody really wants my t-shirt?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what if they want it?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'd be able to eat.
It's
like
called hoarding.
like this shirt, like Amber's sister. Every time I wear this shirt around Amber's sister, like she's like, let me have it. I'm like, no, you can't have this shirt. That's
Yeah,
mine.
same. It's one of those things, just like you, where I want to open my online store, but what if people buy the stuff? Then I
Yeah.
got to give it to them.
You can reject the sale.
Then I got to part ways with it.
Yeah,
Well,
I wouldn't
got
be able
some-
to have a store.
I got some good shirts, man. I gotta at least open like a little gallery online so people could.
Again, there maybe that's the
Don't give them ideas.
that's the not the comparison, but that's the middle ground that I can I'd be able to a gallery.
I want
Okay,
people to appreciate my
Let's
shirts,
throw
but not
a-
keep them.
that is
Let's throw an art
a
show.
really
And it's
good
just
idea,
t-shirts.
Frank.
Yeah,
No, I'm serious. That's
we should individually look into that.
yeah, a gallery for. Wow, that's. Why did you think of that? That is amazing.
Come on, Amber.
I know.
You're
I
too
know.
busy eating hot dogs. Over there.
Just too busy falling asleep.
Falling asleep. Having my pressure go down.
That's a really good idea. A gallery. What were you saying? What were you gonna say, Amber?
I don't
Before we
know.
jump off.
I don't know. Oh wait, you host a show, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before we jump off.
So I host at Chatterbox, and have you ever been?
I haven't been yet. I've been hearing great things about it. I still haven't been down there.
Bro, I don't want to put no labels on it, but it's like the Hispanic comedy store, man. That's where, and anyone who's anyone like in our division of our color is like really getting it. Our rotation of hosts right now is unbelievable, man.
It's solid, right? You said Stevan
Yeah,
Delgado, right?
yeah,
Mario Rodriguez.
bro. Two undeniable talents, you know, that I'm blessed to call friends and share a stage with.
Daniel Cabral just headlined there, right? Daniel's a really cool cat too.
Yeah,
I met him at Santo too.
You got to come down, man. We got the show on Sundays, so we got book comics from, you know, HP everywhere, man. You wouldn't believe people that drop by sometimes, even just to watch. It's great. And then Thursday nights we have the open mic, which starts at 8:00. That's a whole vibe in itself, man, because you get the good, the bad, the ugly, but everybody's there for the mic, so there's no diverted attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do good, everybody sees it. If you do bad, everybody sees it. But again, man, that our current rotation of hosts is like no other, man. I like to compare it to like one of the 80s or like early 90s seasons of SNL, where it's like these are all just funny people in a room right now, but when it's all said and done, like there's a couple legends in there, you know. And the two that you named exactly, Stevana Delgado, Mario Rodriguez. I'll be damned if those two ain't famous one day.
Killers, dude. For sure.
There's people with talent, and then there's undeniable talent, and you just can't teach what those two do.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I got to come out and check it out. Especially if either the open mic or even if it's just the comedy night. You said Sunday nights, right?
Sunday night, yeah. Comics getting free.
And this is Chatterbox in West Covina, right?
In Covina.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to be a stickler, but it's two different cities.
Oh, it's in Covina?
Yeah. It might send you to a different location.
Okay. I got to change that on the info.
But it's where I started doing comedy. It's where I sucked until I didn't. And it's where I work now, man.
And that's a cool thing too, because that's where you started, and now you work there, and now you host it. So that's in itself, it's got to be something, right?
Just continued moving, man. I started an open mic comic, and then a book comic, then a host, and a security guard. Now I'm bartending. I want to own it by next year, bro. Between you and me. No, I'm kidding. But it's one of those things where if you just get tired of sucking, you can do something about it, yeah?
Yeah, of course. It's got to have that acceptance, right?
Yeah.
And that self-awareness. I think that's...
And eagerness to do better.
Those in a weird pot that we bought from Amber's uncle that we can all put all those things in together, turn on the heat, and with endurance, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right?
Endurance and Spanish Jesus.
Hell yeah, dude.
Spanish Jesus.
And red dicky shorts.
And red dicky shorts.
I'm getting some for this Christmas. Frank, thanks for doing the podcast, man.
My God.
Appreciate it, man. I had fun. Tell us where we can find you and what you have coming up next.
Okay, so you can find me at Treehouse Franklin on Instagram. That's pretty much the only place I be. I do have a couple dates coming up in July. Some great shows coming up, which I will post on my Instagram. Again, that's at Treehouse Franklin. Other than that, I'm at Chatterbox every Sunday, man.
Awesome. So you can find all of Frank's stuff down on the show description. If you're listening to this on Spotify or watching it on YouTube, go down to the links and you will see all of Frank's stuff. And for his dates, go to his Instagram to check that out. And that's it. Right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. Wednesdays, we have our open mic at Thor Chatteria. Come check it out. It's the place to have fun and be free. And you get 5 minutes, and it's an amazing place to come out. And churros, there's churros. Nicole Tran loves the churros. She talks about it all the time. We got to have her do like a promo video for it or something, because it's awesome. This Friday, and if you're watching it after, you missed out if you weren't there. This Friday, Delic Live, the live podcast. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's fun. Come check it out. The links are going to be down in the show description. What else do we got? That's it, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
I got to let the music roll out first before we... We should get a shorter song.
Shorter song?
Can we work on that? Or Bernard, can you work on shortening the song?
I didn't put it on time, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I usually time it.
The Mind Buzz Podcast.